Listen, if you're out there listening to this and you've been wondering why you haven't been able to grow your commercial pickup and delivery business, this is what it takes to get clients. The ranking thing, that's like money, right? Like that's like money in your pocket. And the same with the reviews, right? The new tool that you're working on right now.
Yep.
We've talked about this a ton on the podcast. Reviews directly correlate to how much money you make. 1-to-1 correlation, basically. And so the more good reviews you have, the better. So having tools like that in our pocket.
For the consumer side, for the business side, it just builds trust.
The commercial side as well.
Yep. If there's a laundromat owner out there who's like, I want to start my pickup and delivery business, what's the one industry you recommend if they could only pick one industry to go after, what's the one industry you would recommend? Like, hey, go after this industry if you're trying to start from scratch and you can only pick one.
I'll say...
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jordan with the Laundromat Resource Podcast, and I am pumped you're here today because we're here with episode 230 of the podcast, and we've got something special for you today. You may have seen the ads. They're all over Facebook and other places for Let Growth, and I connected with Juan and Emilio Lopez. No, I know what you're thinking. Not the Mighty Duck guy. That's Emilio Estevez. Is that right? I think that's right. But even better than that, Juan and Emilio Lopez are a 1-2 brother combo that are really just searching to transform the drop-off and pickup and delivery commercial part of your business. So we jump into what exactly is that they do, how you could do it yourself if you wanted to, and how they could help you if you want to just hand it over to the pros. So today is all about finding commercial clients for your service side of the business. So if that's something that could help you out, help you grow, listen, this is the episode for you. And I just want to say, I genuinely think that part of our industry, that part of our business right now, there is a niche in there that we could really pop in and fill up right now. That, some of us are doing a great job. I know some of you guys are crushing it out there with the commercial side of the business, but I think there's a lot more to be had out there. So this episode is for you if that has any interest whatsoever for you. And real quick before we jump into it with those guys, I just want to remind you, hey, there's a ton of free tools, resources, information, all that stuff over at laundromatresource.com. So if you haven't been over there in a little while, go check it out, browse around, see what can help you achieve that financial freedom you're looking for through laundromat ownership. All right, let's jump it in right now with the Let Growth guys. Juan and Emilio, thanks for coming on the show, guys. How you guys doing?
Thanks, Jordan. Thanks for having us.
Jordan, pretty well, thanks.
Hey, super duper excited to chat with you. You guys are doing something in our industry that I don't think anybody else is doing this, as far as I know. And it is very cool, the service that you got going on. So why don't you tell us a little bit about us and what you guys do?
Yeah, just one thing. I think some other companies started trying to do the same thing that we're doing, but we have had their clients come to us because they're not doing that well. But yeah, I think that's even better.
Yeah, even better.
But thanks for having us. Yeah, I wanted to give a quick intro about who we are and what we're doing for anyone that hasn't heard about Let Growth. So Emilio and I, we're brothers and business partners. We started this company about 3 years ago. Very interesting. Mark Laskamp was one of our first clients, and he opened up the doors to the industry. And then we had Jason Worm from Star Laundromat in New York. He's already back in Australia. And he was our second client, an amazing guy. We still chat with him every now and then. But what we've built, and more than me, Emilio, because he's the tech guy, he's built a system that allows us to scrape the information about businesses in our clients area that could benefit from outsourcing laundry services. Focus 100% on business, right? So like gyms, spas, massage therapies, physical therapies, Airbnbs, hotels, restaurants, you name it. And with that information, we built a specific tool or a specific system for each one of our clients that allows us to send these businesses very targeted, very specific emails about how they can benefit from working with our clients. And that's where we use AI and some other automations to connect, like, perfect, this is what our client is doing, this is what this business could need, and then we connect those dots in the emails, and we generate those pre-qualified leads for our clients, and so they can continue the conversation and hopefully close the deal. So that's what LetGrow does. We do this via email right now. We're starting as well with cold calling and a couple of new tools that we'll let you know by the end of today.
Oh, that's a little teaser there. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, awesome. So I've seen, I've gotten ads from you guys that you guys have run, and so I'm sure a lot of people listening have seen your guys' ads, which is great. I mean, you're reaching the right audience, obviously. And what I love here is that I mean, like I said, most people who get into this business don't get into this business to be salespeople, or don't even expect to be salespeople, right? But now that the service side of the business, the pickup and delivery, the drop-off business is booming in our industry and going to continue to, that sales piece is crucial. I'm just curious, how did you guys stumble into being commercial laundry salespeople? So it's like being a laundromat owner is already random, but being a commercial laundry salesperson is even like more random, I think. So how'd you guys stumble into this?
Yeah, actually, like, super interesting. We started as a more generic lead generation company, sales company, let's say, and then we contact Mark Vaskamp. We contacted him kind of randomly because he was in a list that we scraped, right? Because he was in a list. I think that To You Laundry had raised a bit of money or something like that, so he came up in the list that we scraped. And he responded to our cold email, and the first thing we thought was like, laundries, like they're probably just like, he got confused because we do the B2B side, and he probably wants to grow their B2C side. But we got into a call, and he told us like, hey, I'm really good growing the B2C side. That's pretty like standardized across the industry. But right now we want to grow the commercial side, and the things we are doing for B2C is not working for the commercial side, right? As he was trying Google ads and Facebook ads and like SEO, and he wasn't working as much as he wanted to. So he said, like, I want to just try stuff and see, and maybe let's see if it works. To be honest, we thought it wasn't going to work. We told him, like, we haven't tried this for laundry, like, let's see. So we started, and like the second day or third day, we started getting interested in this. He couldn't believe it. He like made the screenshots. And he asked us if he can he could tell other laundromat owners. We're like, of course, do it. And he introduced us to Jason Warren. He was our second client, and from there, we started, like, they started to introducing us to other clients. We went to the WDF,
to the Watch Drive Fall Convention last year.
We met some laundromat owners there, and we just started growing, and it was like working pretty well. And so we decided to move our focus only, or mostly, like 90-95% of our focus is on laundry now, laundry business owners and on our commercial side. But it was kind of like, it wasn't expected. We didn't expect to land in this industry, but we ended up, and we're loving it.
That's so funny. Yeah, I mean, in a way, it's sort of proof of concept of what you guys are doing, because that's how you ended up in the industry, doing what you're doing, and you found Mark, and and here you are on, probably the pinnacle of all, maybe of your lives, even being on the podcast here. I don't know, but
it feels like it.
Yeah.
We started in the industry.
How long ago was this? How long ago did you meet with Mark and start getting into the business?
Like 2.5 years, something like that.
Yeah.
And when we started, at the beginning we had like, I don't know, 3-5 laundry clients, and then like in the past year and a half, 2 years, we've just like focused on that, and it has grown a lot. But yeah, a couple of years, 2 years and a half, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so I got a few questions for you here. Number one, now that you've been working in the industry for a little bit, and you're focusing solely on B2B here, on commercial laundry, right? Or at least primarily. There's a lot of people who are wanting to grow that side of their business or start that side of their business. They want to start a pickup and delivery. They want to start, servicing, or maybe they have one like Mark and it's mostly residential and they don't really know how to do. That's a specific skill set. Like I feel like sales and marketing are specific skill sets, but even more specific is like B2B sales and marketing or lead gen, right? And so I'm curious, what are you seeing from existing owners that are crushing it in the commercial laundry space? What are they doing different than the rest of us who are floundering or haven't even gotten started yet?
Yeah, this is a funny story. I spoke with one of our clients. She's down in Florida. She's the best person you can meet. And when I spoke with her, she was probably closing like 50% of the leads we were giving. And I called her like, how are you closing these? Are you like good in sales? And she's like, I don't know anything about sales. And like, I was actually scared about these when I was starting to work with you because I had never done sales in my life. And then I spoke with another one of our clients that's also crushing it. And I asked him the same thing. He knew about sales, but they both had the same strategies, which was like, first of all, treat like the people you're going to speak with, they're also business owners. So like be very curious about what they're doing, like why they need laundry, right? Because if you're talking to like an Airbnb, if you don't do laundry well, then their sheets are going to be stained and then they're going to have bad reviews, So there are a lot of these businesses that they actually need laundry to give the best possible service out there for their clients, So first of all, like think about that. Like you're here to help them with their laundry, and that's going to affect their business as well. And they're always asking more questions about their business than there is about laundry. Like, hey, when did you start this business? Like they don't go straight to like how many pounds of laundry are you doing, or like what type of laundry, or how much you're paying, but rather like conversation about the business. Like, yeah, how when did you start this business? How are you managing it? When's the high season? When's the low season? And with that information, you start to like build up, okay, perfect. You know what? I can actually help you with this because of this, and that. I think like that's the most common trade I can see there. And also like offering a trial, like, hey, why don't I do like this pickup today? You can test the service. We can fill out each other. You can see if you like me, if you like our service, how clean everything comes back. And most people are never going to say no for a trial, for a free trial, But at the same time, you build up that confidence with that person that, as I mentioned, could like laundry is part of the service they're giving to their clients, and it needs to be perfect. So that's why they probably don't trust you.
Yeah, and focusing a lot, like understanding, as Juan said, like how important is laundry for them, right? Because there are some businesses that they need laundry, but it is not so important. Like example, gyms, they need to clean the towels, but if the towels are not in like the perfect condition, like they can be stained, right? But if they're not like the softest, it doesn't matter so much as if, for example, a spa, right? A spa that charges you $100 for a 30 minutes massage. The towels must be like amazing. Right. So like understanding like how important is the laundry for them, and there are different type of businesses and treat them different, and try to focus also on these ones that understand that having a great laundry service like actually changes their business or improves it a lot, because there's gonna be some businesses that need laundry, but they're only focused on like the cheapest price. Like they only want the cheapest price. But there are other
other businesses that do value the service, do value like even having some like a business owner that they can call and like tell the issues, and they'll understand and they'll figure it out, and they'll like the service part. So creating the report that Juan mentioned is super important, because they want to do business with a local person that they trust, right? So focusing a lot on that and understanding the different value that laundry provides to different type of business owners.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, it makes so much sense, right? It's like, this doesn't seem like rocket science, but I think it's really easy as like a business owner to, like, our world becomes laundry, right? Like, we want to talk laundry. We're trying to get a laundry customer. So it's just so easy to naturally slip into, hey, here's what I do. Here's what I can do for you. Here's what I can do for you. Instead of kind of like what you guys are saying is like, hey, that curiosity of like, it makes people feel good about their business, right? Like, you're actually interested in their business. You actually want to help them succeed. And then, hitting them with the, I'm not a big sales guy. I don't have a lot of sales skills necessarily, but hitting them with that puppy dog close, like, hey, why don't you just give it a run? Take the dog home for a couple nights and then bring it back if you don't want it, or, just do the free trial. A lot of times it's like whatever it takes to get your client, that other business, to be able to experience what using your service can do for them and how it can free them up and how it can actually help them provide their customers a better experience. Kind of whatever it takes to do that is huge, because once they see that, you've got a much better, like you said, a 50% close rate is killer. Most salespeople would kill for 50% close rate, right? So once they've experienced that and they see,
like the usual, right? Like, of course, like we have some client, but she's like outstanding on that side because of this report that she creates, and it was
It's also like, hey, I have a laundry service. You have laundry needs. Just give it a try. Like, it's not going to hurt,
Yeah.
And one more thing that I just remember that a client told us. This is for clients that may have like more capacity for commercial laundry and lower costs, and they can compete on the lower cost. But if you are on that side, like one of our clients, what he does is that he does audits of their current invoices, right? So he offers like a free audit of their invoices. So he asks the invoice that they have right now. He checks it, and he checks how they're weighing the laundry, right? And if they're charging per piece or per pound, and he does like this audit just for free, just to let them know like how they could improve, and then he offers the service. So offering something for free that adds value, like a free trial or this audit, or that's like the best thing for selling, and also for getting the interested leads, right? That's the first part of the sales process, right? Before you get into the conversation, you have to find the businesses and then contact them, and then if they're interested, you get a call. But having these free offers, let's say, helps in all of the processes.
Yeah, makes your job easier if there's you can use those catchy words like free.
And you have to be careful as well, because we do a lot of emails, right? And if you use some of those words like free or discount, or if you use it too much, like Gmail and Outlook start penalizing your domain. So it's like that's like a super technical stuff. But it's good to have these offers, but still you have to make sure you are explaining it and actually like writing it in a way that doesn't affect the filters of Gmail and Outlook, because otherwise you'll land to spam and you won't even get an open for the email, right? So it's like very good to have that offer, but you also have to know how to write it and how to not get into the filters of Gmail and Outlook.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a good point, right? Like there's so much about this process that like you just don't know if you don't know. Like most people, when they send an email, they're just sending an email to somebody. They expect it to get into somebody's inbox and for them to read it every now and then. Okay, it went to spam or whatever, but most of the time, like it's going through because you're emailing a coworker or a friend or, you know, just somebody you know, right? But it's like a little bit of a different game when you're emailing bulk emails. You're emailing a list of some sort. I mean, you kind of talked a little bit about, can you talk a little bit about that process and some of the things that you guys have to think through when you're prepping these emails to send?
Absolutely. And I'd like to start like saying that the thing that if you're a laundry business owner, you're listening, if you do this one thing, like it's the one that will get you the best results, right? Because and this is like the most
that was a great like clickbait title. Do this one thing and you're going to get the results you need, right? Like, man, that might be the title of this podcast episode. I don't know, maybe.
It might. But yeah, what most of the people do when they are sending a lot of email is that they get their main Gmail that they're using or their main website domain and the main email that they started sending from that one, right? And because that's like the one they have, it's like, oh, it's just emails we're gonna send, and that's like the biggest mistake in a couple of different levels. The first one is that you are gonna like if you start sending a lot of emails from that same account, that account is gonna be flagged for Gmail and for Outlook as an account that is spammy. Right, so that account is gonna get every week is gonna get a lower deliverability, and you're gonna think like, oh, I'm sending a lot of emails, but I'm not getting replies. And maybe the first day I got replies, but then in the second, third week I didn't get like, and it's because your that specific account is getting flagged, and the deliverability score is decreasing. That's like the most important thing. You have to get to the emails. And then so that's the first level. The second level is that the domain itself also gets flagged. So if your domain is starlaundromats.com or laundry.com, whatever, even if you send from one account, all of that domain is going to start, the availability score is going to start decreasing. So then if you're using your main domain to send these emails, you also contact your current client with that email and that domain, even those emails that are not mass emails might start getting to spam, right? So it's not that you're only getting in trouble for the outbound and for the mass emails. That's going to also affect your internal communications with the team, with all the clients you already have. So it's like you have to be super careful about that, and that's like the biggest mistake. And if you fix that, how do you fix it? Is you send the mass emails from different domains, right? If you want to do it on a small scale, you can buy, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 different domains similar to yours, right? So let's say that your laundry is box laundry. .com. You can buy like boxlaundrypro.com, boxlaundryapp.com, and you buy for each client we buy around like 15 or 10 to 20 different domains. But if you want to do it yourself, you can buy a few and start doing that, and you redirect those domains. So boxlaundry.com, boxlaundrypro.com, you redirect to boxlaundry.com. So if a client goes to that fake domain, it will be redirected to your main website. So that's like the base, right? Like, and you have to think like deliverability is the most important thing. Deliverability is the most important thing by far. So whatever you can do to improve that deliverability, it's worth it.
One thing that's going to add a lot of value, if we can continue adding that, is that a lot of laundry owners, what they do at these like conversations that I've had, is that they buy a list, right? They purchase a list, from someone on the internet, or they just buy it or they download a database, and then they can plug it in their CRM, or they just mass email these lists. And that's also an issue. Why? Because they're not validating that list that they are buying is up to date, which is the most important thing, There is a lot of things that happen, like if you buy a list, that email could be deleted, that person could have already left the company, and that email could be, there's like different levels of spam. So if that email has been inactive, or like the owner of that email hasn't joined that email in the past 6 years, that email is going to be inactive. And then you also start to get a lot of bounces and a lot of emails sent to spam. So if you purchase a list, like absolutely validate that list, because I've seen clients that send us that list that they purchase, and we validated it for them with our tools, and there's like 40% of those emails are invalid, and you're emailing those, and first of all, you're wasting emails on sending them to them, and then second, your emails are being flagged, right? So then your main domain is being flagged. So yeah, a mix of buying different domains, setting up the correct infrastructure to be able to send these emails, and then if you purchase a list, like validate that.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what I love about this and what I hate about this is I'll start with what I hate about this is there's way more that goes into this than it just seems like, right? Again, like most of us, we just send an email and we're done with it. Right. But there's a whole lot of like technical stuff, and there's a lot of implications to doing things. And I know I've made these mistakes. So I have like an email list, right? That a lot of people who listen, right, are subscribed, so they get like a newsletter and stuff like that. And, we've gotten tons of spam over the years, emails and stuff. And so we just switched over our email campaign provider, and then we had to like warm up the list. We had to validate our list. Then we had to warm up the list and start just kind of slowly send out some emails to like, it's a whole process. And listen, I didn't know what was going on. I had to have somebody help me do all that stuff. Right. So it's interesting, so naturally I'm a DIY guy, right? Like I've talked about this before, like that's my natural inclination. I'm becoming less and less of a DIY guy because I've been recognizing that, hey, there's some things that I'm really good at. And the other things I should probably just be outsourcing. Some might argue podcast hosting would be one of those things I should outsource, but at least for now, I'm still here. But when you start, just as you're talking, this is what I'm thinking, right? When you start working with people who know what they're doing and are not just kind of feeling their way through it, like that's where you get results, right? And you talk about Mark Vlaskamp being your first client. He's kind of the poster child for a lot of laundromat owners because he built this, business. He raised money. He built a business. He sold the business and cashed out, and he's still in the industry. Obviously, he's working with Laundry Labs, at least for now. And, who knows going forward, but he's kind of the poster child. And one of the things that he does well is he finds people that know what they're doing and lets them do the thing that they do. And he focuses on the thing that he does. So, it just, that's kind of what was running through my head when you're talking about all this stuff, like, email list validation, like where do you even get the list? How do you validate the list? How do you send these emails out to I'm sure we're just scratching the surface here. Cause now you got to talk about, copy, what are you actually putting in these emails and what's going to convert and what's not going to convert? And, how do you not use words that don't flag? Like all of a sudden it gets like pretty overwhelming here. So go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So the first thing, there are a lot of different sources that you can get. Just from it depends. Like some cities, if your city is big enough, like you can find even the best ones are on LinkedIn, right? But that's only if your city is big enough, because there are gonna be like more chains, like gym chains and hotel chains that they might have their information in LinkedIn. But once you start getting to smaller cities, like LinkedIn is not going to be like the main source for travel. It's going to be like Google Maps and getting getting the businesses that you want, like spas, gyms, hotels, etc., around your area. We usually recommend like 20 miles to 35 miles around. Of course, it depends on your capacity, but that's how we see a good fit. And starting with Google Maps, and this is something you can do like manually, right? Like you can start like searching for spas near you and like getting information for the websites, the Facebook pages, the Instagram pages, etc. for each of those. And then, yeah, like once that's like a pretty like comprehensive list, but you can use like a combination of Google Maps and then LinkedIn and Yelp and like all of these different places that you can get like at least some information from them, right? Like the website or the name of the company or whatever. And then once you have that, you start like you can search, and even you can ask like ChatGPT, right? Like, okay, I want to contact this place, like ChatGPT, help me find laundries, and you probably will. and then you go, you find like the name of the person, and then you can find like there are ways to like test if that email or find an email of a person. If you have like the website of the business and the name of the person, you can figure it out. And there are some tools that help you figure it out if like the email, right? Because and it's basic. They do basic stuff like, okay, if the name of this person is Emilio Lopez and the company is Let Growth, let's try with Emilio.Lopez, like the first name dot last name at that email, and then they try like just first name dot first letter of last name at the domain. And they have some a lot of they do validations to figure out which one is the correct email, and then they give you that. We have built tools, internal tools that allow us to do that, but you can use some that are like Zero Bounce or
Hunter. There's
Hunter. Yeah, then you can just like search in Google and you will find these tools that allows you to find the email of the person you wanna email. So first you find like the companies, then you find like the decision makers. Once you have the decision makers, you find their email. Once you find their email, you have to validate them. That's what Juan was saying, that it's like it's not that you just find the emails and have the list and buy the list and like send them. You have to actually validate them, and we do like a 3-process validation that we run this for on 3 different platform and tools, 1 internal and 2 externals, just to make sure that email actually exists. Because going back to the most important thing, that is deliverability, if you start sending emails to addresses that are not active or are not real, your domain and your account deliverability goes down a lot. And that's like the worst thing that can happen. So you have to be extremely careful. If you buy a list, like go through the process of validating, and we recommend like 3 different processes, like validate on one tool. You can go to 1 million verifier, and then you can go to Zero Bounce, and then you can go to Hunter, and like validate on those 3. And only if it validates on those 3, you use that for your outreach, right? And so that's like the first part of like finding the companies, finding the decision makers, getting their email, and validating their email, all the part. And yeah, once you do that, you start like sending the emails. Well, copywriting, that we can talk about that later. But once you have the copywriting, you start. You have to send the emails, and then going back to what I said, the best way to do it is like using different domains, right? Like not your same domain, but have at least 5 different domains that you have to buy. And once you start sending, you have to stay vigilant on the stats, deliverability stats on each of those domains, because if one domain starts getting a bad reputation, you have to like cancel all of the accounts of those under those domains, And so you have to constantly be like checking the health of those domains. And if one is like off, you have to replace it.
Just for anyone that doesn't understand how to check the health and they want to do it themselves, like how many emails I've been sending, how many out of those emails, what's the percentage of the bounce rate, what's the percentage of the reply rate, and that's how you start measuring it.
Yeah, exactly. You have to check like the reply rate and the bouncing rate. A healthy reply rate is around 2% to 3%. So if you send 100 emails and you get 2 to 3 replies, and that's like a healthy. If you and it's like it's not like only if you send 100. Like it works better when you send like 1,000 emails and you start seeing that. But around 2 to 3%, it's good. If it's much lower than that, it's probably something's going on with the domain, so you probably need to change them. Then we can go to like in the copywriting. Some things that really work well is that it's super short, and starting like the first like a personalization in why you are contacting them and why and how did you find them, right? So if you are doing this a bit manually, you can say like, hey, I saw your business in Google Maps. It's really close to my location. We're just 2 miles away. I love what you're doing. So it like creates a bit of rapport and like local record.
Which ties to what we were saying to what the best closers are doing, right? Like just that value and like, hey, why am I contacting you? I think I can help because Emilio was saying, I found you in Google. You're pretty close to my location. We're working with other companies in the area, and we're helping them with their laundry. Like adding more. That's like the first email or the copy is the first step of the sale, right? Like you need to first to be sent with the infrastructure that Emilio was talking about, and then you need the person who's receiving to receive it, which is the infrastructure side, to open it, to read it, to reply.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the first step of the sale.
Yeah, absolutely. And this part of creating the report and like they knowing that it's like a local business and it's near yours, etc. That part you can do it manually, and there are also some tools that allow you to do this like at scale, right? There's a tool that is called clay.com that helps you like you go in there. It's a bit technical. There are a lot of workflows, and like inside the tool you like choose different tools, and like the AI helps you a bit and everything. But you can for each contact you can have like a specific contact. Using Clay, you can automate a part of that personalization and like messages that will resonate for each of those clients or possible clients specifically. So that part is important as well, like personalizing the message a lot, keeping it short and telling why you are adding value, and personalizing a bit and why they'll feel like, okay, I want to work with this company because they're near me or they know exactly what's my problem. Yeah.
Here's what I'm thinking as you're talking about all this. Listen, if you're out there listening to this and you've been wondering why you haven't been able to grow your commercial pickup and delivery business, this is what it takes to get clients. You know what I mean? Like all this stuff, you just went through this huge process, right? And I appreciate you sharing that, because there are some people out there who may want to just dig in and do it themselves and learn. And that's, you guys just kind of laying it out there is super generous to you guys. But I think for the majority of us out there, we're going to be hearing this and being like, oh, okay, so I'm competing with people in my market using you guys to find leads, and I make 5 cold calls a week to businesses and I'm not seeing my business grow. And it's enlightening, right? Like it's enlightening. And this is what's interesting about our industry, and I'm seeing change rapidly, and you guys are definitely pushing this as well, is this industry has traditionally been like a set it and forget it. business, right? That's why we have so many laundromats around our country and around the world, really, that are run down, that when people think of laundromats, they think half the machines are broken, it's dingy, it's dirty, the lights don't work, or homeless people are hanging out. Like, that's what people think of when they think of our industry. That's starting to change. And a big part of the reason for that is because we're starting to realize, hey, this is not a set it and forget it business. This is a business. This is an opportunity for us to serve people and instill value in people and help other people build their businesses and, contribute to the economic ecosystem of whatever country you're in, right? And be an integral role in that. And these are the thoughts that I'm having as you're saying all this. And I'm like, I talk to people all the time. They're like, man, I'm struggling to build my pickup and delivery business. And make no mistake, it's hard. Like, it's hard whether you use you guys or you don't, because there's a whole lot to figure out. Because as much of the technical things you just outlined, there's a whole other side of this where you actually have to process the laundry, and you have to actually go have somebody go pick it up and bring it back and not lose anything and not ruin anything and get rid of all the stains. And so there's that whole technical side of things as well, right? And so when people are struggling and saying, man, I'm having a hard time building the business, this might be why. It's because it takes a lot to get a new client, let alone keep them.
And even if you use an agency or someone like us, right? Like, I want to be super transparent. Like, what we help laundry do is like laundry owners do is like we do all of that process that is like super technical and like super difficult to have it right, and like find the leads and get the interested leads, right? But we don't sell for you. Like, it's like that part is super hard as well. Like, even if we give you the lead, like, it's not super hard, but you have to make the sale. You have to like create rapport with the business. You have to offer actually offer the free trial and like do the free trial and then do the laundry. So it's like and follow up and keep following up, because like sometimes they're interested, but so it's not like, okay, we just use an agency and like we're just gonna start growing like crazy. Like, you can, like, we have had clients that they have closed like hundreds of thousands of dollars in commercial laundry with us, but it's not just because of us, right? It's more, I'll say, like, because of them, that they are putting the work of following up and creating that report, and just like don't stop the follow up, because sometimes you have an interested lead that comes today, but you don't close it like 3 or 4 months into the conversation, but it's worth it sometimes. So it's like it's not some companies like sell themselves as like, I mean, if you hire us, like all of your marketing issues will be gone. Like, that's not the reality, right? Like, we can help a lot, and we have like we have the expertise to, and what works, what doesn't work. But a lot depends on like how much you want it on that side, and how much you can put into it. And that's kind of our philosophy in general, like being super transparent in what our offer and what our service does, and like do it in a cost efficient way, right? Like, we handle all of that infrastructure, and we just charge you a percentage of that infrastructure. Like, you just pay for that infrastructure, and then like, because we know that the value actually, the real wins is because of your effort and how much you put into it, and all of the services that we provide and that we will provide are super focused on being cost effective for business owners, because we know that it's not just you use us and your business grows automatically.
Yeah. I don't, if you guys are just listening to this podcast, you probably can't tell this maybe through the voice, but the more he's talking about it, especially the technical stuff, the more excited he's getting and the closer he's getting to the camera. So you just know he's so excited about this, right? And like, this is, again, like, it's just another point of like, man, you got guys like you out there who, can generate these leads for people and send them to, these laundromat businesses. And not only do you have, the technical know-how and even, like the copyright, like all the know-how all the way kind of through that process. But I can tell like you guys are excited about it. You enjoy it. So real quick, this is not the end of the podcast, because I know we gotta demonstrate a tool that you guys have, and I've got a couple more questions for you. But I wanted to pause here because there might be some people listening right now that are like, yeah, I get it. Like, this is why I'm not growing my business. So I just want to give you guys a quick chance to say, hey, if people are interested in just hearing more about what you guys offer and what that looks like, where can they go?
Yeah, they can find us at letgrowth.com/laundry. All of our contact information is there. And
book a call. Yeah, book a call with us. You can click the button, book a call with us. And
my email is juan@letgrowth.com. Those are the two easiest ways of reaching us.
Good. I just wanted to pause and say that because, I think there probably are some people here who are like, okay, yeah, I see where the value is in this. And similar to like how, it's kind of also putting our money where our mouth is, right? Because we're trying to go to these businesses and saying, hey, your business is hotels. Hey, your business is gyms. Hey, your business is Airbnb short-term rentals, right? Don't do laundry. That's a waste of your time. You focus on your business. And similar here is like, hey, don't, try to patchwork together a system to drive commercial laundry leads. That's not your business. Your business is laundry and closing those deals and then processing laundry and following up with people, right? So I just want to give people that opportunity to find you guys real quick here in the middle, because I think it was pretty timely for some people. Okay, so I want to jump back to it, and I want to put you on the spot just a little bit and see what you guys come up with. And you guys can answer together or independently. But if there's a laundromat owner out there who's like, I want to start my pickup and delivery business, what's the one industry you recommend if they could only pick one industry to go after, what's the one industry you would recommend? Like, hey, go after this industry if you're trying to start from scratch and you can only pick one.
I'll say spas, definitely. Like there are a lot of them, right? And they charge, and high-end spas are the best ones because they charge a lot per session. So they really value the laundry service. So you're gonna find a bunch of them, and they are not so like the price doesn't matter as much for them. It's more like the service, right? And that's so yeah. You have to choose just one, and you have to do like the Google Maps list and do it for spas. Find like the high end spas, and you'll be able to charge more, and it'll be an easier sell, right? And they do value the service a lot. So even if they already have a laundry provider, like a laundry service provider, they are willing to speak to others if they're not satisfied with the service. It's more like the service that matters to them. So I would say I'll go with that one.
I would have said spas, but now that he said spas, I'll give you the second one, which for me is Airbnbs. And Airbnbs are not big as hotels, so they cannot go to the huge players in the industry, and they do not have that bargaining price as well. And they do depend on laundry because they need, if they have high turnover, they need to clean laundry. They need to clean their sheets and their towels faster. They depend on having everything clean and ready, right? And they probably have some inventory, so they, The thing with Airbnbs is that it's harder to find them.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like the second one.
There are a lot of them, but it's not as easier to go to as easy as go to Google Maps and find spots.
Because it could be like me or you that have an Airbnb and manage it, and then you just send the laundry out. So it's harder to your mind. It's harder for you to know if I have an Airbnb, right? Exactly.
Yeah, it's very fragmented. I mean, there are obviously there's management companies, and those management companies I would assume are a good option to go to, but it's so fragmented where there's just a lot of self-managed, especially with there's a there's a short-term rental, kind of a tax loophole where if you're a high net worth or a high earner, you can write off active income by owning your own Airbnb and managing it yourself. And so it gets more difficult for sure to do that. But awesome. I appreciate that. Dishing the secrets. But, another thing I love about you guys and why I was excited to have you on, excuse me, is you guys, I mean, obviously like you're a business, you're a service business, you're helping laundromat owners get commercial clients. But you're also, developing things to help other people or help laundromat owners kind of on their own as well, and some free tools and stuff. So I know you wanted to demonstrate one of them. Can we jump into that?
Of course. Let me share the screen.
I'll let Emilio jump into this one because he's the tech guy who's developing all these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and while we're waiting for it to load up here, I'll just say, hey, if you're listening in on the audio podcast, make sure you check out on YouTube the video of this here too, so you can actually see it in person. Or you can go check it out yourself at laundryrank.com. Laundryrank.com. All right, go for it.
Awesome. Yeah. So this is a tool. There are other services that offer this. For example, one very big one is Local Falcon. That the idea of this is it tells you how well you are ranking near your location in Google Maps. So when someone searches in Google Maps like laundromat near me or laundry near me, this tells you what is the position that your laundry ranks in the lists of that, right? So first, it's free, absolutely free. You go to Laundry Rank and you just look for your laundry business. Let's say like Star Laundromats, and you choose one. Get started. Here we explain a bit so how your laundry ranks. We'll scan Google Maps for the search laundry near me, or you can use laundromat near me or whatever. Right now we're doing in a 2-mile radius, but you can inside the tool you can modify that. Get my rank. It tells you the position, and it also tells you like the top 3 ranked laundries in your area. Right, so these are like kind of your competitors, and this is like the what we do. So each circle is like a person standing there searching laundry near me. So a person is standing here, searching laundry near me, and the position the number is the position that where they rank. Right, so here rank number 1, number 4, and this is just for nine spots. It's better to have more coverage, right? So if you're doing 2 miles or 5 miles, it's better to have like a lot of more points than just 9. So here, just explain like we're gonna do it the same, but for 25. And this is just like the onboarding process. But yeah, let's do it pretty. Come. We ask you, and so well, but after this part, you will see like that process, that same report. Yeah, so basically, you will see this for the 25, and we'll start sending you weekly updates for this, and we're also gonna start sending you like how your competition is doing in your area every week, and that's we hope this can help some laundry owners to have these tools, because the Local Falcon I think it costs around like $40 or $50 per month. We're gonna do this for free for every laundry that wanna work with us. At least at some point it might be like extremely costly for us, but if you join like soon, like it's gonna be free for you to use it, and
everyone can use the first part free.
right? Yeah, and that's probably gonna be free forever unless some of the cost changes drastically. But we want to provide these tools for free that I think that are super needed in the laundry businesses, and they are not used as much because of the pricing. And we're also building a tool that allows you to help on the reply side of the reviews and getting more reviews. And yeah, that's another tool we're working on, and we will probably finish that next week or something like that. But yeah, the idea is like provide tools, free or very low cost tools for laundry owners, so they can improve their business and not depend on like paying thousands of dollars to other companies to get these results. And yeah, just like I'm a software developer, but and with artificial intelligence, everything's changing so fast that we can build things easier and quicker and cheaper. And we want to be a company that translate those saving costs onto our clients, rather than like keep the higher margins ourselves, right? Like, so if we can build this faster and cheaper for you, we're gonna translate that cost and make it available for more laundry owners at a much better price. And we're constantly trying to do that on the commercial side business, and right now, like on these tools that helps you as a laundromat in general. So yeah, expect more on that front. You can sign up to Laundry Rank, and you get this weekly report for free. That usually costs like $40 or $50 a month. And yeah, we're gonna build more tools and like a wider suite of products for you guys.
Yeah, and at this point, Emilio's basically climbing through the camera. He's so excited right now. So
yeah. That's how laundry gets me.
yeah. Well, it's so cool because listen, I mean, you know, the ranking thing, that's like money, right? Like that's like money in your pocket. It translates directly to money. So if somebody's looking for, you know, a laundromat or laundry service or something like that near them, and you come up first, chances are very good they're going to go to your laundromat. And chances are very good if they go to your laundromat and they have a good experience, they're just going to keep coming back to your laundromat. So that is money in your pocket. And the same with the reviews, right? The new tool that you're working on right now.
Yep.
We've talked about this a ton on the podcast. Reviews directly correlate to how much money you make. 1-to-1 correlation, basically. Like, and so the more good reviews you have, the better. So having tools like that in our pocket,
for the consumer side, for the business side, you know, it just builds trust. The commercial side of
yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And the thing is that we like with this tool, with Laundry Rank, what we want to do is like, first, like give you this understanding of where you are, right, in the ranking, and compare that to your competitors. Because in some, like for some cities or zip codes, like you don't have to get, it doesn't like, it's not only like the total amount of reviews, but like the weekly reviews, right? Like the pace that you get reviews, that influences a lot the algorithm for Google Maps. So and in some zip codes, it's like you don't have to have 10 reviews per week. It's just you compare yourself to the competitors, and okay, the best competitor is having three reviews per week. If you get to 5 reviews per week, like pretty fast you can get to that point. So we want to make it super clear, and that's the tool we're building, and we want to make it free, and then like offer some services that will allow you to help you get more those reviews easier and faster, and like helping in any way we can on that in a free or very cost effective way.
Well, I appreciate what you guys are working on over there and what you guys are doing. It's so funny, right? Like listening to your path that weaved like this in and out, and you ended up in this laundromat space, and it's so funny. But what I appreciate about it is, again, you're bringing something that really other people they're not doing. I know you said in the very beginning that there's some other people trying to do it. But I mean, at least I haven't seen yet, and I'm sure there will be more, coming to do it. But it's you guys are on the front end here, and you're helping build a part of our business, a part of our industry that is, I think, still in sort of the baby phase here. We're in the infant phase of this business. A lot of people still don't, businesses and residential customers, right? They still don't even know that a laundromat will come and pick up their laundry for them and do it and bring it back to them clean and folded and dry, right? A lot of people don't even know that exists yet. And so having, people like you come in and say, hey, we're going to keep pushing the boundaries of our industry and help, it's, it reminds me of like I don't know the saying, I always butcher every saying, but it's like, you don't have to cut up the pie for everybody. You can just make a bigger pie, right? And that's what you guys are doing. You're making a bigger pie for our industry. And I love that. And then kind of along the way, you're building some tools and resources and stuff that are going to help your clients and to stand out, right? Like to stand out above everybody else. Exactly. And that's something that we've been missing in our industry. It's something we haven't had really. So I appreciate you guys doing that. Listen, I think we should probably do something like a Q&A or something where people can kind of come and interact, and we can jump on your tool or a couple of the tools if the other one gets finished, and be able to do them live and let people ask questions and stuff. I think that'd be a lot of fun. And then also asking questions about like your services and stuff. Cause I think, again, you're building a bigger pie here. There's nobody else really doing this that I know of, and definitely not doing it well that I know of. So I think there's gonna be a lot of people interested in that a lot. So guys, you rock. One last time, in case people are interested, where's the best place to get a hold of you guys and find out more information?
letgrowth.com/laundry or Juan@letgrowth.com.
Awesome. And I just want to make sure letgrowth.com. Yes. And we'll have the links and everything in the bio, or in the link in bio, link in the description. If you're on YouTube or if you're listening to the podcast, we'll have that on the show notes page. And that way you can go find these guys. You can also just Google them, or you may be getting their ads as well. So
just click on the ad and sign up.
Yeah, that's right. Or save them a dime and go to letgrowth.com. Book a call over there. Guys, you guys are awesome. I love what you're doing. Let me know if there's anything else I can do for you, and maybe let's work on trying to find a date for like a Q&A or something to let people get to know you a little bit better.
Awesome. That'll be great.
Amazing.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you guys, and we'll be talking soon.
Thanks, Jordan.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
All right. Hope you loved that episode. So much good stuff in there. And again, I think that this is an underserved part of our industry, and you've got a lot of opportunity to open up the commercial side of your business and crush it. And they gave you the game plan on how to do it. Again, you can do a lot of that stuff on your own, but if you want to hand it over to the professionals, these are the guys for you. So hope you love that episode, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.